And just so you know, LinkedIn has over 20,000 jobs that are exclusively posted on the platform that may not be posted anywhere else. This means that your profile needs to be on point, okay? Like it needs to be filled all the way in so that it can attract as many opportunities as possible. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the official Thompson Resume Writing Company YouTube channel, where I share weekly tips and hints on how to update, refresh, and prepare your resume and LinkedIn profile for your job search, along with some job search tips, some career advice, and some personal stories and journeys of my own. I'm Tamika Thompson. I'm the owner and resume writer at Thompson Resume Writing Company, and I specialize in transforming bland, lackluster resumes and LinkedIn profiles into powerful selling tools that help corporate mid-level, management, and executive professionals land interviews 2 times faster. For this video, I'm going to be giving you 4 super easy peasy LinkedIn tips to help you show up in weekly searches, grow your network, and get noticed by hiring managers and recruiters. Let's get right into it. So if you've watched any of my previous videos because you're subscribed to my channel, and if you're not, you need to go ahead and hit that subscribe button, or you've had the opportunity to visit my blog, and if you're not subscribed to my blog, go ahead and enter your email on my webpage to be able to be notified when new blog posts drop. You know that I talk a lot about LinkedIn, why you need to have one, and the benefits of having one. But after watching those videos or reading those blog posts, you may have been motivated to create a profile or get active on your current profile if you haven't been, but you're not exactly sure what to do to start seeing the success that you want or the results that you're looking for, which is where this video comes in. I know, perfect timing, right? And the tips that I'm going to give you in this video are things that I did for the past 2 to 3 years to grow my following to over 8,000 people and receive like 20 or more interview requests for jobs that I did not even apply to. So let's go ahead and get right into these super 4 easy LinkedIn tips that you can literally start doing as soon as you finish watching this video. Like, as soon as you finish watching this video. Number one is to make sure that your profile is 100% complete. Now, according to Statista, there are now over 750 million active users on LinkedIn right now. Like, right now. But I guarantee you that not all of those profiles are 100% complete, and there are a lot of sections that may be missing the appropriate information. As somebody who has a large following on the platform, I am constantly getting invitation or connection requests or people who are messaging me for assistance, and when I go to their profile, it's either completely bare or it's only like half-assed with like the education in there and then all of their experience is missing, or their about summary is completely blank or something. And that is a big no-no. So it's not enough to just create your LinkedIn profile, right? You want to make sure that it's created correctly. And the best way to make sure that it's created correctly is to make sure that all of the sections are entered and that the information that is supposed to go there, it has characters and it has information in that section. If information or if sections are missing or are incomplete, you're probably going to get a lower profile ranking, which is what you don't want. If you have an all-star profile ranking, then that means that your profile is on point. It has everything, such as the banner photo, your profile picture, your about summary, your skills, etc. An all-star rating is typically what you want to aim for once you complete your profile. If you enter in everything and your profile is still saying medium strength or intermediate strength or maybe even beginner, then that means that something is missing and you need to go back in there and enter it. Here are all of the sections of your LinkedIn profile that you need to have completed. Number one is your profile picture. And please do not upload a picture of your cat, a picture of a cartoon, or some sort of an animation, or a picture of you on your wedding day, or on a night out with your friends with a bottle of beer or a glass of wine in your hand. No, that is not what you want to do. You ideally want to have a professional, polished headshot or a picture that is just overall professional and polished and that makes you appear as an industry expert. It has been confirmed in numerous studies and reports that LinkedIn profiles that do have a picture receive on average between 3 to 4 times more profile views than profiles that do not have a picture. So you definitely want to make sure that you have a picture on there. Here is an example. The second section is your headline. Now with the headline, once you enter in your experience, it's automatically going to set your headline as whatever your current job title is in your current role. but that's not what you want. So with your headline, you want to make sure that it's keyword enriched and that you're leveraging all of the characters to show up in as many searches as you possibly can. Typically with your headline, you want to have it be like a branding statement or a value proposition statement or some sort of a elevator pitch that's going to draw someone to your actual profile. If they search for it or if they happen to come across it, they're going to want to click on it. Again, here's an example. The third section is your background photo. So this background photo is actually going to be behind your profile picture. So you want to make sure that this picture is either relevant to your industry or field and that it's not the typical auto set, grayed out, or blue LinkedIn banner that comes standard as a background picture with your profile. You want to upload a graphic. It can be a stock image. It can be something that you create in Canva. It should be branded and it should typically have your professional information on there. Again, here's an example. After that comes your about summary section. And in this section, I see a lot of people typically write their about summary in third person, which is what you don't want to do. Write it in first person and make sure that you give a nice overview or a nice snapshot of your background, your interests, what you love about what you do. This section is where a lot of people get wrong, even though it's one of the first things that people tend to look at when they go to your profile. So make sure that it's interesting, make sure that you're using all of the allotted characters in this section, and make sure that it's intriguing enough that after someone reads it, they're either going to want to hit the connect with you button or the connection request button, or they're going to want to send you an email message. Then after that comes the skills section. And in the skills section, you're able to include up to 50 skills that you are just a beast at. And this can include software, this can include soft skills, and this can include hard skills or industry related competencies as it relates to your role or the field that you're in. Then comes your job history and your career experience section, where you, of course, are able to enter in all of your jobs, complete with some job descriptions and overviews as well. And last but not least, you're going to have your featured and publication section. So if you are a writer or if your work has been sampled or published in a book or you're an author, you can go ahead and enter in that information in this section. So that is every single section that you need to have filled in. If you are going to half-ass your profile by skipping any of those sections or leaving any of those sections blank, you are not doing yourself any favors, and you're probably causing yourself to miss a couple of bags or a couple of opportunities. And like, why would you sabotage yourself like that? Why would you do that? Don't do that. And just so you know, LinkedIn has over 20,000 jobs that are exclusively posted on the platform that may not be posted anywhere else. This means that your profile needs to be on point, okay? Like it needs to be filled all the way in so that it can attract as many opportunities as possible. In addition to that, when you do use your LinkedIn profile to apply to jobs, 9 times out of 10, the recruiter or the person who is reviewing those applications is going to take a look at your profile to check you out and take a look at all of the sections to see if you're a good fit. And if some information is missing or there are gaps in between, like within your profile, or some sections are missing, you're probably going to turn them off and you may get rejected. So don't do that. Don't do that. Make sure all of those sections are completed. Number 2 is to make at least 2 to 3 original, authentic posts every single week. Now, typically people's idea of posting on LinkedIn is sharing somebody else's post. So what I'll see is that if somebody has gotten a new job, or if a LinkedIn influencer or a LinkedIn top voice or a top person to follow has posted something that has went viral and has like over 500,000 likes and reactions or whatever, they'll just reshare it with like a heart emoji or a smiley face emoji or congratulations. That is not posting. That is not posting. You're sharing somebody else's content. That is drawing more eyes to their content. It is doing nothing to drive any eyes or any attraction to your profile. Or some people will only reshare their company's updates. So let's say you work for Bank of America and you follow the Bank of America LinkedIn company page, but you're only resharing whatever Bank of America posts. Then you're spreading more Bank of America information than information about you and information about your background that's going to draw people to your profile. Again, both of those are not posting. You're only resharing somebody else's content. You're not developing your own, and you're not posting your own. When I say post and share original content, that means a post that you have written, a picture that you have taken, and a quote that you have shared on your own. So similarly to how you would take a picture and post it natively on Instagram or post a status that you write with your own fingertips on Facebook is the same way that you would need to create and post something original on LinkedIn. I'm not saying that you can't reshare good news or somebody else's information or exciting updates from your company, but that shouldn't be the only thing that's on your feed when somebody goes to your profile. Ideally, you want to have a solid mix of comments, reshares, and authentic original posts that you are publishing. So every single week, I want you to make it a habit to write and share 3 posts that are exclusively from you. And if you have no idea what to post or share on LinkedIn, here are some ideas for you. To exclusively help job seekers and professionals figure out what the heck to post on their LinkedIn, I did create a digital resource, a paid digital resource titled the 90-Day LinkedIn Posting Calendar that is full of 3 months worth of posting ideas. I'll go ahead and drop the link to that in the description box so that you can take a look at it and purchase it if you're interested. Here is a snapshot of what is in that calendar. I'm going to give you a little sneak peek. Number 3 is to be active on the platform at least 2 to 3 times a week. So it's not uncommon for people to create a LinkedIn profile and then go completely ghost. Like they create the profile, they may enter in all the information, they sign out, and then they never go back to it again. And that is what you don't want to do. There are so many profiles that I've come across, and there's either zero activity whatsoever on the profile at all, or the profile or the activity that is on the profile is from like 8 months ago and it's only something that they liked or something that they reshared. And who is going to want to connect with that? Again, with your LinkedIn profile, you need to show that you are active, because if someone is going to email you or message you for a job or an opportunity, if they don't see any activity, which indicates that you're not using the platform or that you very rarely check it or you're rarely on there, they're probably not going to message you, and they're instead going to reach out to somebody that does have activity on there. And as somebody who gets between 30 to 70 LinkedIn connection requests per week, I absolutely take a look at every single profile to make sure that the person is active. Because if they're not, what good is it to me to be connected to you if you're not on there? If I'm going to reach out to you or if you're going to reach out to me, and on top of that, I also want engagement on my posts, right? So if I go to a profile and I don't see a lot of activity on there, I'm more than likely going to decline the request. And I don't want to decline you, so get active. And here is how you can get active on LinkedIn. Logging in at least 2 to 3 times per week, liking and commenting on at least 10 to 15 posts that come up in your feed, posting and contributing regularly to the platform, which means sharing your own original content, which we just talked about. And as always, consistency is key. I promise you, like, I would not lie to you guys because that is not what I'm about. Doing those 3 things just for 30 days alone, you will absolutely see a significant increase in the amount of traffic that's coming to your profile and the attention that you're getting from people who are looking to connect with you, learn more about you, and maybe even message you. If you just so happen to acquire over 10,000 followers, or if you happen to become a LinkedIn top voice or get featured in LinkedIn news, then that's good too. But if you're just getting started, do not put a ton of pressure on yourself. Slow and steady wins the race. Take it day by day and follow these tips. Number 4 is to incorporate keywords into your profile so that you actually show up in searches and get noticed. Similar to how resumes need to have certain keywords in them to get past the applicant tracking system, that's the same way with LinkedIn, right? So if you have a profile, that's all good and dandy, but if someone is searching for a human resources manager or a project manager in the Chicagoland area, but those keywords are not in your profile at all, it's very unlikely that you may show up in those searches. You can have all of the sections in your LinkedIn profile completed, but still not rank for searches if the right keywords are not in there. I was guilty of this when I first started using LinkedIn, like back in 2016, 2017. I did what a lot of people do, which is just dump some information in the sections and just kind of left it at that. But no, it needs to be strategically written, and the keywords need to be strategically placed within your profile to make sure that if somebody is searching for a professional for an open role that they're hiring for, or just searching for somebody in particular in general, you need to come up in those searches, period. This is especially important if you are a small business owner or an entrepreneur who plans on leveraging LinkedIn to get clients and to land business, or if you are a professional who will plan on using LinkedIn to search for or get jobs in the future. You'll need to have keywords strategically placed throughout each section of your profile in order to make sure that your profile itself is keyword enriched and it's keyword optimized. Here are the sections where keywords matter the most. Like, you need to have keywords in these sections in particular: your headline, your about summary, and in your job history and your career experience section. Those top three matter the most. Those three sections are especially important because those are the sections that people tend to read first if they are considering you. So if you're an entrepreneur, people are typically going to go to those sections to see if you know what you're talking about, what your track record is, what your success rate, about your business, etc. If it's a recruiter, they are typically going to go to those searches to see if you are qualified for the role that they're hiring for, right? So in your job descriptions or your career history, do you have the background that they're looking for? Is your value there? Are your successes and your wins there? Have you communicated your strengths and what you really bring to the table? And of course, in the same way that you would do keyword research for your resume, you also need to make sure that you're doing keyword research for your LinkedIn profile to make sure that you have the appropriate keywords in there. You can't just be throwing any keyword up in there. You need to make sure that you have the right ones in there. And there you have it, 4 super easy peasy LinkedIn tips for you to start seeing success on the platform. So I don't want to hear that you no longer know what to do on LinkedIn. I don't want to hear that you don't know what to post or share on LinkedIn. I don't even want to hear that you don't use LinkedIn anymore. Like, please, after you watch this video, create a profile, log into your current profile if you have one. If you don't remember the password, go ahead and get a password reset and start using LinkedIn, because that is where the opportunities are going to be this year and for the foreseeable future. LinkedIn has exploded in popularity, especially because of the pandemic, and now more than ever, recruiters are exclusively using the platform to selectively choose candidates for jobs, and they're not using Indeed and they're not using Glassdoor. They're going straight to LinkedIn and only viewing people on the platform who match the qualifications that they're looking for. So if you're not on there, you're doing yourself a huge disservice and you're kind of missing a bag, and I'm gonna need you to not do this, because who has the time, right? So if you enjoyed watching this video, go ahead and give me a like. Go ahead and hit the thumbs up button below. If you are not subscribed to my channel, like, why? I'm giving you my best every single week. I'm publishing good content. I'm publishing information that's going to change your life. I'm kind of going to need to subscribe. So go ahead and hit subscribe below if you are not subscribed. If you do need help with your LinkedIn profile or your resume, I would be more than happy to help you. Feel free to visit my website at www.thompsonresumes.com to view my pricing and to complete my official intake form. You can also email me directly at hello@thompsonresumes.com. Thank you all again so much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful, and I will see you next week with another helpful video. Bye, you guys. Use LinkedIn.